Hello, this is Maggie An, and today's video will be about tips to writing your application to NYU Abu Dhabi and how to write your Why NYU essay. A lot of people has been asking me to make this video, and to be honest, at first, I was scared to make this video because for me, I'm just like a regular NYU Abu Dhabi student, and it was a huge burden to say anything about the acceptance or application to NYU Abu Dhabi. But I also thought that there are things that I learned and felt during my 1.5 year in NYU Abu Dhabi that I can share.
So, caution, this is just one opinion of one regular, very typical Abu Dhabi student and might or might not be related to anything that is actually happening.
So that being said, let's begin. I really didn't want to mess the video up, so I wrote down what I want to say, so I will be looking down at my script and reading it. So please excuse me in that. So, Chapter 1. Know the school's key points. Look at their marketing. What are the things NYU Abu Dhabi is most proud of? People have poured in so much effort to build and make NYU Abu Dhabi to make it come true, and they want to have students that are willing and capable to utilize what NYU Abu Dhabi has to offer to its fullest. NYU Abu Dhabi is very proud of some aspects of the school, and your application can shine if you show how much you need it for your own growth and how you are the student who can fit right into the system that NYU Abu Dhabi is that they created. Basically, they're looking for students who are good users of the school facility and system. So here are some points that I think NYU Abu Dhabi is most proud of. Number 1, major change. In NYU Abu Dhabi, you can apply with one major, and once you get in, you don't necessarily have to do it. You're free to change your major, and there is no strict limitation to when, meaning you can change your major in your sophomore or your junior year, as long as you get the requirements done in time. This is a huge merit because a lot of people who apply don't really know what they really want to major in the future. And NYU Abu Dhabi gives you the chance to explore and the freedom to change whenever you want and to whatever you want. For me, I applied as a creative writing/literature major, and after a 1 semester in NYU Abu Dhabi, I declared my major as legal studies. So yeah, it's very flexible. Number 2, study aways and being literally the only university, maybe except Minerva, that provides the students with so many travel opportunities. NYU Abu Dhabi has, not just NYU Abu Dhabi, but NYU in total has 15 study away sites all over the world, and though there might be some differences based on your major, the majority of students in NYU Abu Dhabi are given a chance to choose 2 different study away sites and a total of 2 semesters. I think it's the students who major in science who only gets to have 1 study away, and for me, because I do the London track legal studies, I can only choose London as my study away site. But for the majority, you get the whole chance, you get the whole freedom. And if you're given a full scholarship, everything that the school pays for you in Abu Dhabi, they pay for you when you go abroad to the study away sites. So you're given the golden opportunity to live in a city that otherwise you might not have had the chance to even visit, and to study there, to mingle with the culture, to meet new people, and to have a totally different experience. Not just the study aways, but we also have a January term, also known as the J term. So students in NYU Abu Dhabi have a J term with a trip and a J term abroad. For a J term with a trip, you will study away for about 2 weeks in Abu Dhabi and then go abroad for a class trip for like a week or 3 or 4 days. And for J term abroad, you are given the chance to study away abroad for a whole month. If you don't live in the UAE, if you are a foreign student applying to come to Abu Dhabi and coming to UAE itself is traveling for you, coming to study in NYU Abu Dhabi means you will be studying in at least 5 different countries. How crazy is that? Number 3, it's a small school. If you have seen my stats video, you'll know that except the class of 2023, each class is under 400 students, which means it's a small school with small class sizes. For instance, in my Chinese class, we have a total of 4 students. So if you don't come to class, everybody will know. So unlike other large universities that have a super large hall and the professor uses a mic and people don't really know if you exist, and if you don't come to class, they won't know, in NYU Abu Dhabi, that won't happen. The professors will know your name after the first 2 classes and if you don't come to class, everyone will notice. But being a small school definitely has its own perks. First of all, we have a very engaging, active student body. Everybody knows almost everyone, which makes the atmosphere overall very familial and very friendly. It's easier to bond and interact and communicate. And in class, you get more one-on-one interaction with the professor, so your learning in NYU Abu Dhabi will be very interactive and you will be given a lot of care and attention. Number 4. Know the specially focused curriculum. If you're majoring in science like biology, physics, or chemistry, this one is especially for you. NYU Abu Dhabi has a specially designed curriculum for the science majors called FOSS, Foundations of Science. For this, I recommend watching my video of FOSS. It's a real review of FOSS students talking about what FOSS is and what the merits of it is. I'll put the link down below. The school is very proud of FOSS. I'm not really sure if all the students do like it, but yeah, the whole point is the school is very proud of FOSS. Number 5, remember where you're coming to. You're applying to New York University, but it is in Abu Dhabi. Show that you're open and interested in learning the Arab culture. Research up some classes, for instance, like Arabic class where you can learn the language. Or for me, I took a class called Listening to Islam, and I learned stuff that I would never have learned anywhere else. Not only that, but I also went to places that I would have never gone to. For example, like the desert, the Grand Mosque, or hearing the call of prayer, or experiencing Ramadan. Show that you are eager to assimilate with both the school and the nation's culture. Number 6, diversity. In total, NYU Abu Dhabi has students from 120 different countries. That means if you sit in the cafeteria long enough, you will be hearing at least 30 different languages. Where on earth will you be meeting people of your age collectively studying and living in a small campus from literally all over the world? Highlight why you need this diversity, how you will utilize it. Chapter 2. Points to highlight about yourself. Point 1. Cultural background. As I said just now, the strongest point in NYU Abu Dhabi is its racial diversity. So you could add how you can chip in the diversity of the school. For instance, because I was applying for a creative writing/literature major, I wrote that I used to translate Korean folktales into English and that I want to extend and continue this activity in the NYU Abu Dhabi Writing Club. Or say that in NYU Abu Dhabi, I want to start a taekwondo club, which is a traditional Korean, Asian sports activity. Or you can say that you want to join a SIG called the Tower of Babel, which is a club where students teach their languages to other students and that you want to teach your own language. Or say that you want to perform in the Real AD, the school's annual musical show about the school, where the student represents both the school and their own nation. Number 2, show your own gimmick. NYU Abu Dhabi is the kind of school that invites and pays for all the applicants who passes the first round to come visit the school for 2 days. In other words, the school is that dedicated in knowing their applicants beyond their stats. So especially in your essays, try to show your own gimmick, your own-ness. Like for me, it was to show my Maggie-ness. I don't think I'm doing a good job explaining this, but showing your own gimmick is really, really important to stand out as a person. Number 3, highlight your traits to be flexible, creative, explorative, ready to step out of your comfort zone kind of type. Because of how unconventional the school is, NYU Abu Dhabi looks for students who are quick to adapt and eager to move again. Academic-wise, we have the core curriculum which mandates students to take classes outside of their comfortable fields. I am a legal studies major, but because of the core curriculum, I took a class last semester in which I needed to wear a white gown, go to the lab, and write a lab report. And because the first year grades do not go in the official GPA, NYU Abu Dhabi gives students the chance to boldly experience diverse courses in their first year. Because the burden to worry about the grades are off the shoulders, I was able to choose classes that I was interested in but was clearly bad at. For me, I took a musical theater class. NYU Abu Dhabi tries to expose you to as much new things as possible and pushes you to venture out. Become the student who wants that chance, who wants to adventure, the one who wants to challenge, break your limitations, and do something new. Number 3, stats and extracurriculars. Stats, I'm sure it's good if you have good stats, but really just once you pass the middle 50 percentile, I think stats don't hold that much of an importance. You should put more emphasis on your essays and your extracurriculars. The 2 most important factors of extracurriculars is number 1, your persistency, like how long did you do your activity. I think one activity done for a few years has more worth than 10 activities done in like a few weeks. Show the school what you are interested in and how dedicated you are in it. For me, I taught in a local library for 5 years, wrote in one teenage newspaper for 6 years, and was part of this teenage organization for about 8 years. So these were my core activities that I really tried to highlight and clearly show in my application. Number 2, how consistent your activities were. Are the activities you did in the same category? The more activities that you collected that can be categorized in the same category, the easier it is for you to show your identity. It's good to be well-rounded, but remember, the important thing is that the university wants a well-rounded class, and to do that, they want to collect students who are unique. So in your application, it's really important to have a repetitive theme or keyword that encapsulates your identity, so that after reading 1,000 of applications, yours can stand out with one word or with one identity. So this is the end for today. If you guys have any more questions, please comment down below. For the specific questions that you gave me in the last video, I'll make sure to ask around and write you the answer or reply to it. Thank you very much for watching my video, and I wish you good luck for your applications. Bye bye!